Guys, Ryan with the Solver here, and I just want to do a very quick breakdown of what the simulator tool is and what the optimizer tool is. So the difference between the two, or really just to kind of dive into what the sim tool is that it takes a lineup or up to 500 lineups and simulates them in DraftKings or FanDuel contest. This will in return give you a variety of lineups, a variety of info about the lineups, such as its expected ROI, mean and ceiling projections, your cash rate, and the distribution of lineups finishing position in the simulated contest. The purpose of the simulator is to use it as a tool for finding good NFL tournament lineups. The simulator won't spit out a lineup for you. It will instead give you information about lineups you build or optimize. A good way to think about that is, should you ask the simulator questions? You want answers to the slate, build lineups, sim it, ask it those questions, and get those answers. Keep in mind, the simulator does not have settings for optimizing lineups. So there are no advanced rules. There is no way to build stacks in the simulator. So right now I'm in the optimizer, and you can see these are ways that you can create rules and optimize lineups. The sim is purely to get information. So I have these lineups here, and I can sim them in a specific field and simulate them and get information back on those lineups. So you can see I ran it through the $100 SPY with 5,555 entries on those two lineups that I built, and I have information on them. You can click here and see that you can get your sim ROI, your cash rate, so on and so forth. And the goal here and the idea is that you could go back to these lineups, edit them, and resim them and see if you get a better ROI or cash rate or whatever it is that you're looking to improve on. That is the point of the simulator, which brings me to the optimizer. The optimizer is a tool that will allow you to optimize and build hundreds of lineups. You can hand build a lineup right in the right-hand side over here in our single entry and hand builder area, lock a few different players in, and then you can optimize by projected ownership. You can do a blend. You can do those types of things. So if you wanted to take some plays, say from Mike Leone and ETR's GPP leverage scores, where they score each game for leverage in large field tournaments, you could stack that game. Let's just say it's Jalen and Jalen and AJ Brown and a Jets run back or something along those lines. Or maybe it's a double stack that week, whatever it might be. You could start to build out that team. You could optimize it, and now you could kind of have the optimizer fill in the rest for you based off those GPP leverage scores that you've already locked in. The optimizer is really where you can pull the levers. It's where you have advanced settings, like I showed over here, where you can stack up your quarterback. You can create restrictions by saying, like, at most one running back or wide receiver on the same team. You can do team stats, so must use at least one wide receiver where the ownership is less than 15%, right? So this is where you get to pull the levers of the lineups that you want. And this is where you can start to build and optimize lineups. So once again, to just kind of tie a bow on it, the simulator is a tool for analyzing existing lineups that you've built versus projected field lineups in a specific contest. The optimizer is a tool for creating new optimal lineups based on criteria that you define, those levers that you pull. So you put them both together, and I think that's where you can start to have a really fun Sunday morning and start building lineups that you think are best for the contest that you've entered. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.